Hi, everyone. My name is Mark Fogel, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Human Capital 3.0, and we're in the business of HR. We're an HR consulting firm. My business partner and I had worked together for 4 years at a large global manufacturing corporation, and we were strapped with no budget. We built some really cool and innovative processes that we used in our business, and we had a lot of industry notoriety for it. We won major awards and were on the speaking circuit. And as a result of that, we've been approached over the past couple of years by different businesses, people, colleagues that we know in the industry and businesses to help them out. And we were paying it forward and doing, I guess, what you'd call pro bono work for a period of time. And 8 months ago, we decided, why do it this way? Why don't we go into business? So we formed a corporation. And we started to do project work with people that all the business had come to us, started to do business with small firms that were in a similar state than the businesses that are here today. So in actuality, all the businesses here today are potential clients, and all of the lenders here today, people that are in venture and in banking, are potential business partners for us. So this is a pitch within a pitch. I'm pitching to all of you today to work with Dennis, my associate, and myself in our business going forward in the space. What we found is that most companies that are in a startup mode put their money into recruiting, and they don't put their money into what happens afterwards, and it's a big risk management issue. That's what we do.
You know, with Oracle acquiring Taleo and SAP acquiring SuccessFactors, the whole HR, the SaaS model is applied to HR, I think, is people are paying big bucks for that. But it's also getting very crowded very fast because those big dollars have attracted more startups than I can count on. Do you think you still have time to pull this off?
Yeah, what we really want to do is focus on smaller businesses in the non-technology side of the business. So, for example, if venture capitalists are lending to companies and those businesses are having internal problems, those people leave. They're going to cost the venture capitalists a lot of money going out the door. We've worked on the inside with businesses doing coaching, building processes, putting the infrastructure into the business where startups don't have the money for HR. They're not going to go to a Deloitte or an Accenture or a large company to do it. And the technology piece of it's only going to give them that PEO tactical framework to run their day-to-day business. They're not going to take care of all the other things that go on throughout the day. So what we've been doing with our current projects is going in, working with law firms, small insurance companies, working with individuals. There's a coaching piece to it where we work with the business leaders, and there's a process piece where we say, what's wrong under your hood? Let's fix it, and then we move on. So it's not necessarily annuitized except for the coaching portion.
So there's three things. He's not an IT solution. He's a consulting firm.
Mm-hmm.
And, so there's one part which is the human capital management space from a technology is on fire. We've got a big investment in that space, and it's a great space. The consulting business where you're coming in, doing a project and leaving is very difficult because it's hard to scale that to something substantial. You can basically just make on the number of hours that you, and then you make a VIG on the contractors that you have. And then there's the other part, which is more of a BPO, where you're an outsourced HR department and be able to grow with these firms but continue on the path from a revenue standpoint. The part that you're on is a very tough business in terms of scaling. You can make some nice money as a consultant, but have you thought about how you turn this into more of a recurring revenue and to something that can scale beyond the number of hours in a day that you're willing to work?
Well, we've thought about it from, as you bring up BPO, we've thought about the fact that PEOs are out there doing the bottom layer of the work, but there aren't really many players out there doing that second layer.
PEO is just a processing company.
Yeah, but we're thinking about going in, maybe we end up being the upscale portion of the PEO, so that when you're working with small companies, there's one piece that's doing the payroll, the administration, and the basics, the benefits administration, and the second piece is everything else under the kitchen sink. Whatever it is that that business needs, we can be an ongoing resource, and we can bring people on a consulting basis, an economy of scale over time, work with that so that we have people working on 10 or 12 companies at a time, like a PEO would do.
Yeah, the issue is scale. You scale that up. I think that's a difficulty with doing that. So do you have some technology that's going to enable you to do that, or what's?
We have technology with 360's performance management competencies, things that businesses, larger businesses use. We have that built, it's off the shelf, and we just have to tweak it. But we don't have software as a service technology right now.
My question is, the expertise that you and your partner have, you know, you started off describing that you ran HR for a large global manufacturing company, so you have this accumulated wisdom, so to speak. Is that replicable? In other words, put aside technology, if you're going to scale the business and have more customers and more people who discover what you're all about, and let's assume for a minute that people like it and people need it because you've tapped a nerve and you've, you know, uncovered some latent need that no one ever knew existed. Can you go out and create 100, you know, more marks that have your expertise that can deliver the service?
Well, we have 4 marks right now. We have 4 consultants that we're working with currently. And through our network, we know most of the senior people in the industry. So as far as our ability to go out and scale that, I think that over time, whether it be 100 or whether it be just 20 or 25, we certainly could get it to another level.